Hello and welcome to a proper Cyprus video, all about what we do in Cyprus. In today's blog, I'll be talking about what we did today. What we did today was, we went to a museum, but we didn't actually go to a museum because we couldn't find the museum. We started off today and we were trying to look for this museum, the Paphos Museum, but we couldn't find it, and we found this market instead, which was very nice. But unfortunately, Toby wanted to go to the museum, so we had to continue looking for it, and we didn't get to see the market. Then we were looking all the way around bloody streets looking for this museum, and we couldn't find it, and we ended up in this sort of desert-looking slum area of town, where all the lower classes live. And we were walking along, and suddenly these two dogs just come out from nowhere, and they start chasing us. And I immediately jump for the sky and literally run behind Toby, because these dogs are violent. They will attack. They will attack. Most definitely. They were barking really loudly, and they frightened the shitting hell out of me. And they were going to attack us. And unfortunately, they did not. And the woman was very good, and she got them away. But she got them away, and then the dogs came back, and they started chasing us again. And we were fucking terrified. We were hiding behind a wall. And it wasn't really a wall. It was sort of like a clearing area. It was sort of like a door to something, right? And it led into some sort of like junkyard or something like that. I think Totter's Lane without the doors. I were hiding behind one of those doors and the wall, and the dogs were terrifying. And we were when we eventually came out of hiding, we were very cautious around the area where the dogs lived. It was frightening, so terrifying. My heart was beating all the time. It was horrible, 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 horrible. And once they'd gone, I said, "Oh, you bastards!" Because they were bastard dogs. And there were all these cars driving by, and I thought, wouldn't it be brilliant if one of these cars could knock the fuckers out of the way and kill those dogs? I would have loved that. Yes, very much so. And Toby kept going, "Oh, they're only little dogs." One came very close to biting my leg. So, they're in my book, the term we call them is little shits. And there was a really hot lady I saw today. It's very hot. Yum yum in my tum. She was wearing this really sexy outfit. Not slutty at all. Very, very nice outfit she was wearing. And a very pretty woman. And on the other side of absolute homosexuality, it was very hot today, like it always is. And I was doing this. And this man walked past, and he saw me going. And you can probably estimate what happened next. I often do things like that I think I do. I'm doing that because I'm hot. I'm trying to get my lips colder and wetter. So, yeah. Today, walking home was horrible. Just like, slow. And then we got to the market. We went back to the market. But before we did that, we got persuaded to go into a restaurant. This woman was sort of telling us prices for everything. We walked past this restaurant, very high class restaurant, charging about £5 for a slice of bread. £2 for freshly squeezed orange juice, £20 for a full English breakfast, things like this. And she was telling us prices. She was just telling us prices. We were like, we don't really want to eat here. And she persuaded us. We actually went into the thing, and we were poor. I had about €2 left, and Toby had about €5 left, and Jamie had unlimited money. And we went into this thing, and we were like, we don't want to be here. We don't want to be here. We're not going to buy anything. Why are we sitting down? And eventually we just said, we don't want to buy anything. She kept coming every 5 minutes. Not even that. Every 2 minutes she used to come back, and she kept saying, "Do you want order now?" And then when we left, I just had my head like this, going, "Oh God!" And we got back to the market, which I thought was really nice, because it just had all the... If you want a souvenir, you go to that shop. That's what I felt. And I started off picking a present for Mother. And I got a present for Mother. And it's actually on the table. I should have put it on the table before I started filming. But it only took me a second to go and get the item. By the way, before I show you the thing, try and guess what it is. Think John Pertwee, episode 4, The Time Warrior. Have you thought of it yet? It's quite obvious. I'm not sure if it is episode 4. It's the last episode of The Time Warrior. Can you guess? Doctor, I will destroy you. That's not actually a quote from Doctor Who, but it's good enough. I bought my mother a fan. Then I saw this lovely heart, which is here. And I thought I'd get that for my godmother. And then I thought, well, it looks too pretty to, I thought it looks too pretty to go to someone like that, because I think my mother would appreciate it better because it's a heart and it shows a symbol of love. So at the moment I'm in a predicament whether to give the fan to my godmother and give this to Mother, or give both presents to Mother and pick a new present for my godmother. I could get her a bunch of flowers or something, I don't know. I did see this thing she might like. It was, I can't remember what it was. Something I thought I said definitely that's something for my godmother, buy that. And I bought this purely because it looks beautiful. Look. Look at that. Beautiful. It just looks beautiful, doesn't it? How much do you think that cost me? Do you want to know? I'm not going to tell you. So you'll have to have a guess. I told Jamie that it costed $7.50, but it didn't. So, yeah, so that's a necklace, by the way. You wear it on your neck. The other thing, I'm awfully weird going into a jewellery shop and buying this particular item. The thing, I'm a queer for buying this. I was going to buy a pink one because I think Mum would enjoy that better, but when I see this, I think money. Look, when you get money out and go like that and spread your money out and go like money, money, money. I'm a bit low on money at the moment. I've got €40 for the rest of the trip. We're here for about another couple of days. But this is all that's left of today's trip. I think I went out with about £10 and I've got 62 cents left. And I really wanted a drink. We didn't have lunch in the end, but I did get quite a nice deal in Marks and Spencer's. I thought it was a con, but a good one. It was a good con. Very good con. Well, actually, no. Technically, it's a bad con, but it is a good con, in a way. Let me explain. It's a bad con because it didn't really con me at all, but it's a good con because I benefit from it. And one moment, please, I'm going to get a big knife and shave all the dirty, horrible skin that's coming up my back. I'm going to scratch it until I'm dead. I'm going to get a towel on that and just rip all that off. Oh, bastard stuff. My back is so itchy. Yeah. So, I went up to the desk and I had a packet of chocolate biscuits. Very high class. And she said, oh, one moment, we're doing this deal where we give you a packet of biscuits free with your meal. And I thought what she meant was that I get my good packet, which is in date, and then I get one poor packet, which was fine. That was good. But actually, she took my good... I could be very annoyed by what just happened. if someone has just littered our patio, I'm going to kill the bastard. Bastards! They just threw a bottle into our patio garden. Oh. I'm sure they hate us to death. I mean, we shout so much and argue so much, I think they're pissed off with us. Anyway, anywho, anyhow. Yeah. So yeah, and then eventually she gave me 2 packets of biscuits that were going out of date. So it was bad. I thought she was going to give me the good packet and the bad packet. She took my bad packet away. Then she took my good packet away, and I was left with 2 bad packets. I opened the packet up, and it was €1.40 for 2 packets, because she gave me 1 free. Think. Yeah, I opened up the packet, and stale. I thought stale. Had about 6 more, and I felt lovely, and they were really creamy and yummy, so I'm happy. It's a silly con because they go out of date. They go out of date on the 12th. That's like ages away. We're going home on the 12th, and I can't take them. Bastard fly. I can't take them home with me on the plane, so it's bonus for me, isn't it? All I need now is some milk. If I had milk, I would do quite a lot of things with it. I would make a cup of tea, start off with, then I'd put some milk out for a cat, and then the cats would all come and lick it up, and then we'd have a whole patio of cats. We came home from our trip today, and we were all sweating. Toby's back was completely wet because he took his backpack off, and all you see is this great big wet patch on his back where he'd been sweating so much. We were all sweating and coming home, and there was this cat lying on one of the chairs, and I didn't see it, and I opened the gate, and this cat just ran under my feet. I get scared easily by things, you know. If someone goes bang, that'll frighten the shit out of me. I'll go and I'll jump high, you know. So a lot of people take advantage of that though, because there have been a lot of people in my life, utter bastards, who come up to me and go woo. There's a particular kid in primary school who did that, and he ended up being viciously scratched to death. So my power is scratching. I do scratch people. Well, I used to scratch people quite a lot. My main tactic used to be biting. I used to bite people, but my new defence was in secondary school was scratching people, because there's one time someone was whacking my head, going, and I was just sort of sitting there trying to forget it, not even happening. I was just sort of going like this, suppressing my anger. And then she did it one more time. I was like, I can't take any more of this. So I got her hand and crushed it with my fingernails and completely destroyed her hand. Then I sort of came off the bus crying a bit, because I'd been bullied by someone who I wouldn't want to be bullied. I took her hand as this. It was a woman. I had no idea why. It's one of these big. I got beat up by a woman, but not really. She's a gobby cow, so technically she is a man. So yeah, I don't deal with those sort of people. I've been bullied by every single person practically I've ever met. So I've often been bullied by all sorts of people. I was beaten up by a man before, would you believe? An old man.